Hello guys, it's me Thales. Sorry. This is my channel dedicated to English language, and this is a video of intermediate advanced English, which will be entirely in English. If you prefer, you can watch my other playlist, which is explained in Portuguese. Well, last video we were talking about clauses with ing, and I got overly excited about it, and the video had the duration of 20 minutes. Yeah, oh my gosh, 20 minutes. Sometimes, mostly my videos have an average duration of 10-15 minutes at most, but some of them may have a longer duration than that, but don't worry, it will be no longer than 30 minutes, okay? When the theme demands, depending on the content we are talking about, it will demand a longer time or slightly longer time than I have previewed. And sometimes I talk too much, when what you may have already noticed here. So let's begin, but before we begin, give a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Share to your friends, right? Because this is a channel dedicated to English language. It has more than 200 videos. We are almost reaching the mark of 300 videos already. And we have much more to cover, from grammar, vocabulary, phrasal verbs, idiomatic expressions, business English. We are trying to cover everything, but right now we are covering the basic grammar and intermediate advanced. Let's go. Oh my God, let's go. Yes, I have already talked too much, and this video is already 2 minutes long. Okay, remember last video we talked about this, when the if clause comes in the beginning of the sentence. Having arrived at the city, comma, I looked for information. So the if clause is part of the sentence that is expressing a continuous action, not necessarily. Here we don't have a continuous action. Here we have two actions, and this took place first and this took place secondly, right? Because we arrived at the city first and then I looked for information. Other examples. Taking the key out of my backpack, I entered the house. Or I got home. Or I unlocked the door. Right? There are many ways of writing the same thing. So, taking the key out of my backpack, comma, I entered the house. Or, taking the key out of my backpack, I got home. Taking the key out of the backpack, I unlocked the door. So, here I'm giving three possibilities right here. So, what happened first? First, I took the key out of my backpack. It was somewhere in my backpack, and then I got the key. Then I got into the house, or someone's house, or my home. I unlocked the door, of course, because keys are used for unlocking doors. So you see, this is a short action, something that takes place very quickly. You take the key out, okay. So you can use ing, or you can use having taken the key out of the backpack. Remember, when you use having done something, this is a verb in the past participle. Remember, the verb take, the simple past is took, and the past participle is taken. I guess I forgot to mention that. Having sent my emails, for example, sent is the past participle. But the simple past of the verb send is the same. So you can say send, sent, sent. They are the same, right? But I'm using the past participle here. Having done something. Having done something. This is a regular verb, so I have no reason to worry about. I don't have to memorize anything because the simple past and the past participles of verbs, regular ones, is just adding ed in the end of the verb. Okay? We can also use clauses like this with ing when we want to explain a situation, right? We want to explain, to give the reason why somebody did something or why somebody does something. Why someone did or does something. You can use the continuous, not the continuous, you can use the ing clause. Why I say it's not continuous? Because mostly the ing here is not related to continuous, right? It's having taken is not continuous action. Taking the key out of my backpack, no, it's not a continuous action. This is an action that took place before I got into the house. The same you can say here. Having arrived at the city, is it a continuous action? No. Having sent my emails, I turned off the computer. Is this a continuous action? Neither is this. This is not a continuous action. This is just a complete action in the past that happened before something else. So we have two actions in the past here. So I use the if clause to explain this, that two actions happened, one happened before. Or you can say, use it to explain something which will be the next example, right? Having spent all his money, he is looking for a job. Okay, so having spent all his money, he's looking for a job. So this sentence here is explaining, right? Is explaining why is he looking for a job? Because he has spent all the money. He had some money, he has saved some money, but it wasn't enough. Imagine a situation, my situation, for example. Let's suppose I win the lottery. Yes, I haven't. Unfortunately, I haven't won the lottery yet. But if I win the lottery, I won't have to work anymore. So I will have some money saved. And if I manage well the money, I won't have to look for a job for the rest of my life. But you know, some people, they don't manage money as so well. So they spent everything. I'm not an overspender. I try to save them a huge amount of money, at least for my standards. The more money I have to save, the less I have to worry about the future, right? Another example, not knowing the city, I find it difficult to get around. Yes, to get around it, or finding places. Not knowing the city, comma, I find it difficult to get around, or to get around it. I guess to get around is already correct. You know, I have difficult in to get around places. Maybe, I guess I have already told you that I have already told you that when I travel to a city I don't know, if I don't have a map, nowadays it's much easier, right? Because you have a cell phone, you can download or open the Google Maps and get around places. It's pretty easy actually. When I got to Los Angeles, it was easy because it has subways, it has subway stations. I could take the subway as I get here at Rio de Janeiro, as where I live. So it's easy. But in general, when I don't know the city, it's difficult to get around. It's not easy. So you can use an if clause at the beginning of the sentence to explain the reason why you find it difficult to get around. Okay? So it's perfectly understandable. Having watched the movie, I didn't want to go to the movies. You know the difference, right? Watch a movie. It's only a movie, right? You watch a movie. I was trying to kill a mosquito in front of me. Yes, I hate mosquitoes. For God's sake. It's not the type of, which sucks blood, I guess. But it's anyway, it's a mosquito. It annoys me. It annoys me. It annoys me. So, having watched the movie, so I have already watched it. So, I see no reason to go to the movies. So, I'm explaining here why I didn't want to go to the movies. But, as I mentioned in the last video, and I suggest that you watch it, I explained and emphasize that this kind of sentence is not as easy to find in spoken language, but you may be able to find it, okay? Let's see a couple of more examples perhaps before ending. Being a Brazilian, I need a visa to travel to the US. So, why do I need a visa to travel to the US? Because I'm Brazilian. But many countries, they need visa, right? Not necessarily by being a Brazilian. If you are from other countries, you may need a visa to enter the USA as well, right? Being hungry, I offered them hamburgers. Yes, being hungry, I offered them hamburgers. I love hamburgers. Right? I guess everybody does. Another example. Not being able to speak English, he found it difficult to communicate right? They found it difficult to communicate. He had trouble communicating. I will explain this sentence and then I will end this video already, because I guess this video is going to be almost 20 minutes long. Not being able to speak English. What does it mean? It means that this person can't speak English. We have already studied this verb tense, to be able to. To be able to means can. It expresses an ability to do something. I am able to speak English, but I'm not able to speak Japanese, right? I know nothing of Japanese. So if I travel to Japan, I may have trouble communicating or not, depending on the place, because most places which are open to tourists, many people speak English. Yeah, you know, Brazil is kind of an exception, because when foreigners travel to Brazil, when Americans travel to Brazil, if they don't know Portuguese, they may find it very difficult to speak the language. Or not I guess they want to learn Portuguese. First of all, most of them, they don't care what language you speak or not. They just want they have the belief that everybody has to speak English, because USA is the major country in the world. Yes, it's correct. It's the most powerful economic place in the world, but it's unexplainable, you know. But anyway, what I'm trying to achieve here, I'm saying that if a foreigner is not able to speak Portuguese, he may find it difficult to communicate as well. So you see, you can start a sentence with an ing clause like here, and this is explaining the idea. Why did he find it difficult to communicate when he was in the USA? Because he didn't speak English. Yeah, it may be a problem if you don't speak the language where you are going. So that's the reason why I wouldn't travel anywhere else I don't know the language. I feel very comfortable traveling to the USA because I know English. When I traveled to Los Angeles, I had no trouble at all. But if you travel to a place where you don't know the language, be sure that at least somebody knows the language, or if you know English at least, it's more likely that you will find people who speak English as well. So that's it, people. I hope you have an amazing day. I guess later I will record another video, but it will be a basic one, because I recorded 2 intermediate advanced videos in a row. So basic videos are explained in Portuguese. So if you want to watch basic videos, be aware of that. And this video, as it's in intermediate advanced, is aimed at people who already understand spoken language, who are already acquainted with the language, of comfortable with speaking English, okay? So entirely in English, so be aware of that, okay? All right, people, so I hope I see you soon. Watch my previous videos, because there is much content to watch in my channel. Bye bye.